Hi, Margaret. Yeah, this is the, okay, so exactly what I was saying before, sort of a thing here. So we have your isotope portfolio open. So let's assume that you want to use the images in the properties folder here. And we have Phoenix properties and then all these subfolders. Well, first thing is, properties is fine. It's one word, although you're using uppercase. I highly recommend you always use lowercase in file and folder names when using files for the web. It's not absolute. You don't have to do that. My recommendation is you do, and the only reason being is if you're ever manually typing out a link or an address or a folder file name, if you always use lowercase, then you'll never have to worry about was it upper or lower, because case size won't make a difference on your local Windows PC. It'll make a heck of a difference on a live server. Your most web host servers uh, treat upper and lowercase as different file names. So if you had properties in a lowercase p, if you had a folder with a lowercase p and a folder with an uppercase p, you couldn't do that on a Windows computer, but you can do it on a live server. So that's just my little stint there. But let's just go with what you have. Here's your Phoenix properties. See how there's a space in the file name? We need to fix that, number one. Then we're going to go down. We're going to keep drilling down. You see we're going to update here. We're going to keep drilling down. And then we're going to go to the next one. We're going to replace the spaces with hyphens on every single folder that you have in every single file. Just like so. Because you see I have the 640 by 480, right? The X connects the 640 and the 480. Then we get into the images. Now you get the front view, front view, right? These are all fine and dandy. This one here, PNG is a fine file, but it won't work because you have spaces. So we're going to replace those. So it's not just the files, it's also the folders that you have to have properly identified. So let's go with this picture right here. We'll use the front view. We're in the isotope portfolio. I'm going to double click to activate the source or the select source, and I'm going to go to the root of the site, then to the, I'm going to expand this out so you can actually see what we're doing here. Then I'm going to go to the library. I'm going to go to properties, Phoenix properties, as it has the hyphen in it. This first one here, that was 1601, property photos with a hyphen, 640 by 480, and let's pick front view. I'm going to go front view 2 just for fun, 640 by 480. I'm going to click OK. All right, so that changes the picture there. Now I need to flip into code view. Okay, and that's the thumb image. Now the large image up here, which you're not going to see. This is the one that is used for the pop-up, right? What we need to do is just sort of copy this link right here and replace the link right here. Okay, just like so. So that we can use the same picture for now. You can use two different ones if you want to, but we'll use the same one. So I'm just going to save this. It'll update the pages in the site. 3 updated. This one's been updated because it shows me the asterisk, so I'm going to save. I'm going to close this. Of course, the video I'm doing here always sucks the power out of everything I'm doing. And I'm going to preview the page. Oh, is that your picture there? It looks like it. So then we'll do the boom. There's the bigger view right there. Next. Oh, I hit the wrong thing there. I hit close. Duh. Sorry. And then there's these are all the original pictures right here. Nobody actually looks like that when they're buying a house, I'm sure. And there we go. So now you can have as many pictures as you want and as organized as you want, as long as you follow those protocols in naming your folders. You can, the way you've done it is fine. Like I said, uppercase is just what I sort of suggest, but you've already done it, so no big deal. Just make sure that every single folder in your site, there's no spaces in the file names, right? And this is great, so you can identify it, but you do need to. What happens is web browsers do not interpret spaces very well, and they definitely don't interpret spaces when used through a script. So you see this here, this link that we have here and this link that we have here. It's sort of because one image is viewable as a thumb and the other one is loaded in through a script in the pop-up window. In other words, this image right here, it uses a proper reference, but when you hit the pop-up here, now we're using a script to generate this pop-up that shows the images. When you're scripting images, or scripting an image to be displayed in a pop-up like this, you definitely have to make sure that there are no spaces in the file name. So when we take a look at this entire path to the file here, there isn't one space anywhere in here, including the name of the file. Everything's either connected with we have the X here, or we have the hyphens here, and then we have the hyphens over here. And that's all you really need to do, and that's why it won't work. And put it this way, it may work locally, but it definitely won't work on a live server, right? So that's all you need to do.